Hi everyone, it's Calm here. Today I am going to be doing a video on the secrets of Disneyland that you may not know. If you're like me, then you've been missing Disneyland since it's been closed due to coronavirus. I myself cannot wait till it's open again, until I can go back there. I've been there 3 times. Now, to start off the video, I wanted to tell you all that Disneyland has only been closed twice in history. Once due to the JFK assassination, and then the second time was during the 9/11 terrorist attacks. The third time is coronavirus shutdown. I think that's incredible. And so, now I will be getting to telling you guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen some of the secrets you may have not known. Like, for instance, at Disneyland, years and years ago, they had a terrible problem with rodents and mice. So, they adopted hundreds of feral cats and kittens to hunt down all the mice and rodents. And to this day, they still have cats at Disneyland. Now, the great thing about that is those people who work at Disneyland, and they're like the cats' caretakers. So at night, they let all the hundreds of feral cats out to hunt down all the rats and mice. Then, the cats are brought in before the park opens up in the morning, and they're fed and taken care of. So it's just a great way for California to take care of all their feral cats. Another thing is, do you remember the C-3PO and R2-D2 animatronics in Star Tours? They're real movie props from the Star Wars movies. George Lucas wanted the Star Wars ride to look real, so George Lucas loaned Disneyland props from the original Star Wars movies. I think that is so cool. And you guys may have read this, but Disney uses first perspective to make you think objects like Sleeping Beauty's castle are taller and bigger than they really are. The bricks toward the top of the castle are smaller than the bricks at the bottom of the building. This makes the 77-foot castle look taller. The buildings on Main Street are designed the same way. Oh, and here's an interesting thing. If you're asked very, very nicely, you can ride in the front of the monorail with the conductor. It's no longer an option in Disney World. Anyone can ask a monorail conductor to ride in the first car in Disneyland, though. Now, I know this for a fact. There's a basketball court inside the Matterhorn Mountain Ride. The backstage area of the Matterhorn bobsled ride, there is a small attic space with the basketball hoop. And that's an area for the cast members to play quick games between their shifts. Now, why do I know that? Well, when I was at Disneyland for Christmas of 2019, I was waiting in line to go on the ride, and I asked one of the cast members, "Hey, is there a basketball court still on the mountain?" And the member nodded his head and he was like, "Oh yeah, we play there all the time." I thought that was funny. Disneyland employees are not allowed to point with one finger or tell a guest, "I don't know." There are so many rules that the cast members have to follow, but those are the 2 most important rules. Pointing with an index finger is considered rude in some cultures, so the cast members can't do that. Sleeping Beauty's castle has a working drawbridge, but it's only been used twice. It really does work. And the only times it was lowered was once on opening day in 1955, and once when the new Fantasyland opened in 1983. I don't know how many of you know the actor Steve Martin, but before he was Saturday Night Live cast member, before he was even in movies, he worked on Main Street selling programs of some kind. And he eventually worked at the Merlin's Magic Shop in Fantasyland. Now here are some other really interesting ones. When Fantasyland opened, the star characters from the movies Peter Pan, Snow White, and the Adventures of Mr. Toad made no appearance in the attractions. The ride engineers thought that it would be more interesting for the guests to play the part of the hero. Almost no one understood that concept, so the characters were added. Originally, the Tiki Room was designed as a restaurant. Only later it was turned into a show. Not only is it a cool secret, but it is also a great thing to know when there is a long line at the main Adventureland. When the Jungle Cruise originally opened, real live alligators were kept in pens near the ride to entertain guests. There was a big problem with that, though, because many guests thought that these animals were just animatronics. What are you talking about, cast member? These aren't real. They thought that they were just like on the ride, and they'd throw popcorn down at the animals. Sometimes the alligators would get out of their cages and escape into the Jungle Cruise lagoon. Trainers would have to be called from the nearby Buena Park Gator Farm to get the animals back into the cages. The ground when you first enter the park is red brick. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you. Walt Disney wanted it to feel like you're walking in on a red carpet. Under the Candy Kitchen window on Main Street, there's a small vent. This vent shoots amazing candy smells onto the streets. It's called a smellitizer. And usually Main Street smells like peppermint. The statue, you know, of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. Well, it has several missed references to Walt Disney. There's a small insignia for the Smoke Tree Ranch in Palm Springs on his tie. He had a house there and had the logo on many of his ties. And I don't know the other ones. I'll try and find out, though. Some other ones. Oh, yeah. The King Arthur Carousel. One horse is more decorated than the others. The white horse with the collar that reads Honorary Ambassador was made for Julie Andrews for her Disney work and for her stint on the official Disneyland ambassador during the 50th anniversary of the park. The horse is decorated with little pictures of things from her most popular film, Mary Poppins. The Lily Bell is the presidential car at the tail end of the Disneyland train. It was named after Walt Disney's wife, Lillian, and is reserved for VIPs and special guests. Anyone can ride it. You just have to arrive at the park before it opens, go to the Disneyland Railroad station, wait for the official opening announcement, and ask one of the cast members, to make a reservation for the Lily Bell train crew. With a little bit of luck, you'll get a chance to ride in style into the Main Street station. Keep in mind, though, that the Lily Bell doesn't run all day. It only makes a few trips. The Mad Tea Party Ride. It includes about 20 teacups with speeds that are totally different from each other. The orange teacup with diamonds and the purple one are the fastest spinners. The two teacups with hearts are the slowest. I like the faster teacups, so I'm probably going to pick the orange one or the purple one. At the Disneyland Railroad station in New York Square, you'll hear the Morse code from the station's telegraph. The series of dots and dashes make the first few sentences of Walt's opening day dedication speech. To all who come to Disney, welcome. Here Asia lives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. All of the plants in Tomorrowland are edible. You can actually eat anything. Walt Disney imagined a future that was self-sustaining. He believed that landscapes in the future would be farms, so fruits and vegetables were planted throughout Tomorrowland. Now this sounds very delicious, but just so you know, don't eat any of the fruits and vegetables. I bet they're dirty. Yeah. So, the Mark Twain Riverboat. Find one of the Disney cast members and ask them really nice if you can visit the wheelhouse. They'll lead you to the second floor where you'll see a door marked Private. Knock on the door, and the captain will lead you to a secret ladder in the wheelhouse where you can steal and pilot the riverboat. Once you finish, ask for a certificate and sign the guest book, which features all the people who also steered the riverboat in the past. I wonder who else did that. Oh, and here's an interesting one. You know those Nemo submarines? Well, years and years ago, I don't know how long ago, but there would be cast members dressed up as mermaids in the water. They had to stop that, though, because the water had a really bad effect on the cast members' skin. So yeah, that wasn't ever done again. I would have liked to see that, though, because I really like mermaids. And another interesting fact, remember the Snow White Grotto? Well, the grotto was the result of a collection of sculptures that were ordered from Italy. Walt Disney loved them and asked John Hinch, Disney legend of some kind, to Imagineer and find a home for them in Disneyland. John Hinch dreamed up the Snow White Grotto in 1960. Some sculptor fashioned the figures, and Hinch was challenged by a problem. The Snow White statue was the same height as 7 dwarfs. The reason they were all the same height was what? Oh yeah, they traced back to a set of Snow White gift soaps, all molded the same size, fit inside the package. What? That's funny. And anyway, John solved the problem by using first perspective. That's why they're on the rock like that. Oh. The wishing well was Walt Disney's idea, so the coins could be collected and donated to charity, and to discourage park guests from tossing coins into the castle moat. That's cool. Okay. That's interesting. Well, everybody, that's it for today. If you want to see more cool videos like this, be sure to subscribe. And if you already haven't, make that thumbs up blue. Thank you very much for watching my video. Bye!